I'll be honest. My thing was cocaine, alcohol exclusively. I would never like that. I break my back. The ambulance comes. The guy gets out and says, "Are you in pain?" I go, "Yes." And he says, "Not anymore." And he gives me a shot of fentanyl. And I remember thinking immediately, this is what I've needed my whole life. I love this feeling.
Wow.
And so a year later, when I'm about to take my 20-year cake for 20 years sober, I realized I'm not sober. I am still on the pain medication from a year ago. I've got to start over. I'm going to eat this cake first, but you do have to start over. And I'd say this too. Relapse is a part of a lot of people's stories. It certainly is mine. And there's no judgment. And people that judge you and put you down and, they get them out of your life. Because you put yourself down. We put ourselves down. This voice is the one you got to worry about. These people that are, they don't get addiction. They don't get whatever,
And how are you doing with it now?
I'm doing very well.
Yeah, you're good. You don't get cravings or anything like that. It's been a long time.
I haven't. This way, of all the things, booze was the easiest to not. We have a bar. I think because I actually stopped drinking booze before I got sober because it was fucking up my cocaine. Like after I moved out here, right to Roseanne show, the Midwest, I did coke. First day here, I met a guy on Ventura at what's that bar? It's like a tropical bar. First day.
Yeah.
He was a huge drug dealer.
Yeah.
And he said, "Hey, you know what you got to do? You got to buy it by quantity. It's cheaper." And the price was like, "That sounds like a great idea. I will take a pound of cocaine or however they." And I did. And I was like, "This is such a good deal." And, that's how I was doing it. And when I did cocaine in the Midwest, I did all the cocaine. Then I would try to go to bed. I never went to bed and go, "Hey, there's more cocaine for the morning." That just never happened. Or booze.
You do it
whatever
all.
I had, I did it all.
Yeah.
But then suddenly I had such quantities it became, it'd take days and days, and then you really start losing it. And the end was near. And
were you functioning on cocaine?
I was.
You were going to work?
People say they were functioning, but I was going to work. I was riding, going to work,
doing big movies on cocaine?
I don't think I'd done anything. It was 89.
Or would you wait till after work and party?
Well, when I first started writing Roseanne, I moved out here, and she came in my office one day. I'm writing, and she goes, and I was doing drugs, and had a beer, and she goes, "Oh, hey, you do this at work?" I go, "Yeah, I do it everywhere. I do it every day."
Wow.
She goes, "Oh, that's not good." I go, "Isn't it?" No. She was like, "I only thought you did it when we went on the road, and we all did it." I go, "No, it's an everyday thing."
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, "That's bad." And then I immediately thought, now I have to hide it from her. And I think we were living together at the time. I'm like, okay. I didn't think, I got to quit. I went, now I got to hide it.
Hiding.
Yeah.
And then hiding and lying and, it's awful. It's awful to be with someone that does it. It's awful to be the person. So the last day in December of 1989, December 10th, I was driving up Benedict Canyon. We lived up Benedict Canyon. I went to our house. There's a code to get in the gate. I couldn't remember the code. And I was like, fuck. So I drive up to Mulholland. Cell service is shit. It still is. And I know, shit, I'm going to have to call Roseanne. She's going to be so pissed, but I call and say, I can't get in the gate. And then we had a long driveway up. And I see her car coming down the driveway to the gate. And then the gate opens, and then she gets out of the car, and I know what she's going to do. She's going to fucking punch me. She's going to punch me, and I deserve it. I am just ready for that, And she comes up and hugs me and said, "I just want you to come home." And, they talk about moments of clarity where, wow, that broke through all my bullshit, for a moment. And then I went, I snuck back to the tennis court and did the rest of my blow, which you had been. But the next day I called a cab. I called a cab and went to rehab.
And how's rehab? What's that like?
It was,
you go to like passages
I enjoyed
it.
It was New Beginnings in Century City, the hospital.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Right away, a guy said, "You don't have to believe in God." Like a lot of people that are trying to get sober, they're like, "Yeah, I don't go for this God thing. It's a cult." You don't have to. Nobody's making you believe in it. But just to believe, it could be that doorknob, the guy said. Just something that's, or maybe whoever, the trees. Did you create those? No, there's something greater out there, whatever. So it was a great experience. I still see my original counselor a meeting in the valley.
Yeah.
But a lot of people fall through. You step over a lot of dead bodies if you stay sober a long time.
Before you have to go, I want to ask you just about your amazing run in Hollywood, doing like big films in the 80s, True Lies, working with James Cameron, Arnold, who sounds like you're still friends with.
I see him next. We're giving out 2,500 turkeys.
You guys have different political views? You
no,
and Arnold?
not this. He's a Republican. It was so fun when he was governor. I'm a Democrat for sure.
Yeah.
But he's a guy that wants to work with everybody.
Yep.
And I think that Trump, because first he's like, Tom, you're so crazy about Trump. You're doing all this stuff about Trump. He goes, to stick to the issues like gerrymandering or the environment or whatever. And then he started watching. The more he got to realize who Trump was, he started making crazy videos about Trump.
You turned it.
We both want things to be better and people to be kind and the world to survive when we move on. He's big on service, and we got the After School All Stars done for 30 years, and we just had our big fundraiser at his house and made $10 million. That's for kids that inner city kids that need. After school programs, and they've helped millions of people. And then the turkey giveaway, we done it every Thanksgiving down at South Central. It's great. And then the best thing to me is the 10,000 gifts we give away before Christmas. Miracle on First Street, it's called, at the Hollenbeck police station.
Is that your favorite thing about Arnold?
Well, there's a lot of things. He's funny.
Yeah.
He's loyal as shit.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I'm like, I can't believe this guy
incredible
cares
story
about me. He knows so many people, and yet I am such an important part of his life. That's such an honor.
Isn't that amazing?
Especially for a guy that used to work at a meat packing plant. And Arnold started bodybuilding then. I don't know if
I watched the whole doc. I know this whole story. Yeah.
So he
incredible.
It's incredible. But there was a lot of people.
It's incredible. He came to LA.
Yeah.
Bodybuilder. He was a bodybuilder, and then he's like, I want to be a movie star.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, you can't. You have an accent. Blah 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 blah. So he goes and he starts buying houses so he can subsist. Building houses.
Yeah. Him and Franco Colombo, who they were friends till the day Franco died, best friends.
Yeah.
Franco was great. And
then eventually
they start doing that thing
Conan
and save money. And then eventually he's buying streets in Denver.
Yeah.
He's very, very
Columbus,
wealthy.
Ohio.
He's super, Columbus, yeah. But he's super, super successful, wealthy.
And loyal.
And very loyal. And and again, when I worked on the kill floor at the meatpacking plant, I was chiseling heads, and Morgan Mindy was on it, and Robin Williams, and I daydreamed we were best friends. And then I got home that night, that's crazy. That's such a disappointing daydream. I'll never meet him. I live in Tubbo, Iowa. 10 years later, I'm in Robin Williams' house. We're getting ready to start this movie 9 months. And,
unbelievable. What was Robin Williams like?
Yeah, the best.
The best.
Everything good you've ever heard about Robin Williams is true and more. And he was part of we had things in common. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And if I called him at 4 a.m. and said, so-and-so's in trouble, he'd be like, let's go get him, whether he knew him or not. And he genuinely was. I mean, he struggled with some shit.
Yeah.
He struggled. But, when he died, he had 3 things. Because you're an addict, you're an alcoholic, you got Parkinson's, and this brain fucking thing where your hard drive is messed up. But he was coming back sober. He was very, but he just did his best. It's a tragic thing. And I'm sure that everybody around him, close to him, was looking out for him.
Yeah.
And, but, so it's hard, especially if you're soft-hearted. Sometimes living a life, the way you are forced to live it is hard.
Did you ever know Shandling?
I did know Shandling. I did a show.
He is one of my absolute heroes and brilliant guy, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a weirdo, but
yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Sharon Stone, my buddy, dated him. That was very funny to me.
We're at 11:30.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Gotta go,
guys. Tom, thank you.
Thank you,
so
buddy.
much for giving me the time.
Thank you for putting some in your hair. And is that what your hair looks like all the time? That looks good.